Welcome back to your daily dose of joy, and I'm so glad you're here. Today we're diving deep into a topic that's close to my heart, how working out together saved my marriage. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Exercise? Really? But trust me on this one, folks. This isn't just about getting sweaty together, it's about reconnecting, rebuilding, and reigniting that spark. If you find this content helpful, give it a thumbs up, and let's get started. You ever feel like you're standing on the edge of a cliff, staring down at the rocks below? The feeling of vertigo, the fear of falling, it's overwhelming. That was our marriage, folks. It felt like we were teetering on the edge, one wrong move and we'd plummet into the abyss. We were on the brink of divorce, the brink of losing everything we had built together. Years of resentment, miscommunication, just plain old drifting apart, it had taken its toll. Every argument, every silent treatment, it all added up. We were living under the same roof, but we were miles apart in every other way. The spark was gone. The laughter, the joy, the connection, all of it had faded. We used to be able to talk for hours. Now we could barely look at each other. Conversations turned into confrontations, and eye contact became a rarity. Dinner was silent. Bedtime was even worse. The silence was deafening, a constant reminder of how far apart we had drifted. We were just going through the motions, two ships passing in the night. The connection we once had felt like a distant memory. I knew we needed a change, a lifeline, something to pull us back from the edge. We couldn't keep living like this. Something had to give. That's when the idea of working out together came up. It was a suggestion from a friend, a small glimmer of hope in our otherwise bleak situation. It wasn't some grand romantic gesture, more like a last-ditch effort to find something, anything, we could still enjoy together. We started small, just a few minutes a day, but it was a start. Slowly, we began to find joy in those moments. We laughed, we encouraged each other, and for the first time in a long time, we felt connected. As we grew stronger physically, we also grew stronger emotionally. The workouts became a metaphor for our relationship, a way to rebuild what we had lost. It wasn't easy, and it didn't happen overnight, but we found our way back to each other. We rediscovered the love that had brought us together in the first place. Now, when we stand on the edge of that cliff, we do it together, hand in hand, ready to face whatever comes our way. Now, I'll be honest, the idea of going to the gym with my wife wasn't exactly at the top of my list. I mean, the gym was her domain, her sanctuary, and I felt like an intruder. She was a morning workout queen, and I was, well, not. She thrived on early morning energy, while I was more of a night owl, preferring the quiet solitude of late hours. But something had to give, so we started small. Morning walks, just the two of us, breathing in the crisp air and feeling the world wake up around us. Then, we added a yoga class here and there. It was a new experience for me, but she guided me through it with patience and encouragement. It wasn't about getting ripped or losing 10 pounds, it was about showing up for each other, literally. We were making a commitment to spend time together, to support each other in a new way. And slowly, something started to shift. The routine that once felt like a chore began to feel like a cherished ritual. The silence that had become so deafening began to lift. We found ourselves talking again, not just about the mundane details of life, but about our dreams, our goals, and our shared experiences. We were talking again, not about the bills or the kids, but about the workout, the scenery, the little things that made us smile. I couldn't believe how strong she was. Her determination and resilience were inspiring, and I found myself admiring her more each day. It was like this little window had opened up, letting in some fresh air into our stale routine. Our relationship felt rejuvenated, like we had found a new way to connect. We started looking forward to these little pockets of time together, a chance to escape the pressures of life and just be us again. It became our sanctuary, A place where we could be ourselves without any distractions. A chance to escape the pressures of life and just be us again. These moments became the highlight of our days, a reminder of why we fell in love in the first place. Through fitness, we found a glimmer of hope, a way to reconnect and strengthen our bond. Chapter 3. Facing our demons together. Now, let's be clear, folks. This wasn't some overnight miracle cure. It wasn't like we woke up one day and all our problems had vanished. We still had our issues, our arguments, our moments of doubt. There were days when it felt like we were taking one step forward and two steps back. But the gym, that became our sanctuary. It was a place where we could channel our frustrations and work through our emotions. It was like all the frustrations, all the unspoken words, we could leave them on the treadmill, sweat them out in spin class. Each drop of sweat felt like a release, a step towards healing. We started to see each other in a new light, not just as spouses, but as teammates. We were no longer just partners in life, but partners in this journey of self-improvement. We were in this together, pushing each other, supporting each other, celebrating each other's victories, no matter how small. Every milestone, every achievement became a shared triumph. There's something about pushing your physical limits that breaks down emotional barriers. When you're exhausted, when you're giving it your all, there's no room for pretense. You're vulnerable, you're sweating, you're breathing hard, and you're in it together. In those moments, we found a deeper connection, a bond that went beyond words. It's raw, it's real, and it forces you to connect on a deeper level. The gym became more than just a place to work out. It became a place where we rebuilt our relationship, one rep at a time. And as we walked out of the gym, hand in hand, we knew that we were stronger, not just physically, but emotionally. We had faced our demons together and come out the other side more united than ever. Chapter 4. Rediscovering our strength. As our bodies got stronger, so did our bond. We started setting goals together, training for a 5K, then a 10K. Each milestone, each accomplishment brought us closer. We were proving to ourselves and to each other that we could still achieve great things together. The resentment that had built up over the years, it started to melt away, replaced by a newfound admiration and respect. I saw her dedication, her discipline, her unwavering support, and I fell in love with her all over again. And you know what? I think she saw the same in me. I was showing up, not just at the gym, but in our marriage. I was present, I was engaged, I was committed. Chapter 5. The moment everything changed. I remember this one day we were running a half marathon, our first one. We'd been training for months, pushing each other, encouraging each other. And as we crossed that finish line hand in hand, I looked at her, and I knew. This wasn't just about the race, it was about us. We had faced our demons together. We had rediscovered our strength together. We had saved our marriage together. That's the power of working out together, folks. It's not about six-pack abs or toned glutes. It's about connection, communication, and commitment. It's about showing up for each other, day after day, sweat session after sweat session. It's about finding that spark again and fanning it into a flame that burns brighter than ever before. Outro. Find your spark. So, there you have it, folks. 5 reasons why working out together saved our marriage. Communication, teamwork, trust, intimacy, and rediscovering that spark. It wasn't always easy, but it was worth it. If your relationship is struggling, if you're feeling disconnected, I encourage you to give it a try. Start small, be patient, and most importantly, support each other every step of the way. You might be surprised at the strength you find, both in yourselves and in your love. Let me know in the comments below if you've tried working out with your partner and how it's impacted your relationship. And remember, folks, a little sweat never hurt anyone, especially when it comes to matters of the heart.